Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Wednesday, February 8, 2023, and giving you our 3 best bets for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Valparaiso vs Indiana State. 2 Missouri Valley Conference rivals face off against one another on Wednesday when the Valparaiso Beacons, 10-15, 4-10 MVC, visit Terre Haute, Indiana and the Hulman Center to play against the Indiana State Sycamores, 16-9, 9-5 MVC. Valparaiso lost to Drake 85-82 in double overtime on Saturday for their second consecutive loss to bring them to the third-worst conference record. Indiana State defeated Murray State 99-56 on Saturday for their third consecutive victory, but remained 5th in the MVC by 1 game below the 4-way tie for first. Valparaiso is going to be without sophomore guard Preston Rudinger, as he is sidelined for the remainder of the season with a shoulder injury, while Indiana State is fully healthy. Looking at the adjusted efficiency margin provided by KenPom, Indiana State is 105th in the sport with a plus 5.92 rating, while Valparaiso is all the way down at 277th in college basketball with a minus 8.43 rating thus far. There is a difference throughout the previous 4 games on the defensive side of the ball, as the Beacons are allowing 76.8 points per game, while the Sycamores are giving up just 65.5 points per game in that stretch. Go with the Indiana State Sycamores to cover the spread in their own building here. Our team pick is Indiana State Sycamores minus 13.5 points. Syracuse vs Florida State. The Florida State Seminoles play host to the Syracuse Orange in an interesting ACC showdown on Wednesday night from the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. Only 1 game separates the two in the ACC standings heading into this midweek tilt, and with the ACC tournament quickly approaching, the outcome of this one could dictate who gets the higher seed. These two are yet to square off this season, but with Syracuse getting back into the win column the last time out, they might have some confidence to bring into this matchup. Even though they'll be taking to the road in this game, there's no doubt that the Orange will cover the spread in this one and come away with the win. Their 2-3 zone is bound to force Florida State into settling for 3-point shots, which has been a massive issue for this group. Adding to that is a lack of depth for the Seminoles in the frontcourt, which is certain to haunt them. For Syracuse, their offense is one of the more efficient ones in the ACC, and considering their defense doesn't expect to be an issue in this one, their experience will be crucial. Additionally, according to Covers.com, the road team is 5-0 ATS in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Our team pick is Syracuse points. Notre Dame vs Georgia Tech. ACC basement dwellers are coming out to play, with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 10-13, 5-17 1 ATS, 2-10 ACC in Atlanta to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 8-15, 9-13 0 ATS, 1-12 ACC. These teams played a thriller on January 10th, with Notre Dame winning 73-72 in OT. Notre Dame has walked away victorious in 7 of the last 8 meetings. This game is scheduled to tip off at 7 p.m. in Georgia Tech's McCamish Pavilion. Georgia Tech's losing streak is coming to an end. Notre Dame has not won on the road yet, and although they beat Georgia Tech the first time, it was narrowly at home. The Fighting Irish had a nice shooting night from beyond the arc against a stellar 3-point defense that likely won't happen again. They also got thoroughly out-rebounded in that one, a trend that's plagued them all season. This game should be tight, but Georgia Tech's defense will shine again, and they'll take advantage of a porous Notre Dame defense. The Yellow Jackets will cover the spread. Boston College vs Virginia Tech. The Hokies should run away with this game. They've been monsters at home this season, and Boston College hasn't done well on the road. If Virginia Tech wants an at-large bid for the NCAA tournament, these are the games that they need to dominate wire to wire. Their offense should dominate a weak Boston College defense, unlike last time, while their defense should have no issues stopping an awful Eagles offense again. Coming off a huge win, I think we see the Hokies start to remind people why they were ranked earlier in the season. Virginia Tech covers in this game. Our team pick is Virginia Tech minus 13 points. Richmond vs George Washington. George Washington's past few games have been pretty ugly. They were all double-digit losses, and the Colonials did not exceed 70 points in any of them. With their defense and tempo, that is a recipe for disaster. Richmond's defense is great at forcing misses, and that was evident in the first matchup, which Richmond won by 10 points. If the Colonials aren't hitting shots consistently, the holes in their conference worst defense become unavoidable. Richmond's defense will get plenty of stops again, and their offense will eventually get hot and pull away. Richmond covers against George Washington again. Elon vs North Carolina A&T. Another poor showing on Saturday in the NBA when the Clippers and Knicks easily finished over their point total thanks to playing into overtime and sending us to a disappointing loss. Sunday we bounced back with an NBA best bet that is sure to put us back on track and start a lengthy winning run. The assist-to-turnover ratio tells us a lot about a team's offensive abilities, as the Aggies are 293rd in college basketball, with a 0.849 ratio thus far, while the Phoenix are 205th in the United States, with a 0.981 ratio so far this season. When looking at the defenses as of late, there is a pretty noticeable difference, as Elon is giving up 67 points in their previous 4 games, while North Carolina A&T is allowing 77.2 points in their last 5 games. All in all, go with the Elon Phoenix to cover the spread on the road in this game. Our team pick is Elon Phoenix. Tulsa vs Houston. The Cougars have won 13 of their last 14 games and 12 of their last 14 home games. They have a very good offense and they're shooting the ball well at the moment, scoring more than 75 points per game while making over 52% of their shots. They rebound the ball well and they're very aggressive on the offensive glass, grabbing more than 13 offensive rebounds per game at home, which will give them more scoring chances. They also do a good job protecting the ball, turning it over less than 8 times per game in their last 3 games, and won't give the Golden Hurricane a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Golden Hurricane have struggled defensively, and they played worse in recent games, giving up more than 82 points per game in their last 3 games, and will have a hard time slowing down the Cougars in this game. The Golden Hurricane have lost 4 straight games and 8 straight road games. They have struggled offensively, especially on the road where they are scoring a little over 66 points per game. They have also struggled at the charity stripe, making less than 70% of their free throws. They don't rebound the ball as well as the Cougars and won't get a lot of extra scoring opportunities against them. They've also been careless with the ball, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Cougars, who average more than 8 steals per game at home. The Cougars have played well defensively and they've been dominant at home, holding opponents under 55 points per game, so expect them to keep Tulsa's offense in check. Go with Houston to cover the spread. Our team pick is Houston Cougars minus 26.5 points.